Thank you for joining us on the Office Pool. Remember, hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and remember to like us on Facebook and Instagram at _Office Pool. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me on the Office Pool. I have a great show lined up for you today and some very good news. We have a special guest that's going to be joining us today, my good friend Alex Lockhart of Lockhart Entertainment. For those of you that don't know, Alex Lockhart is responsible for most of the NFL celebrity events during Super Bowl and Pro Bowl weekend. He's going to be giving his picks. We're going to go head-to-head this weekend and see who wins this week on our NFL Sunday picks. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, here we go. Our recap for our Week 10 Sunday NFL Office picks. Hey, your boy did it again by 1 point. By 1 point. And we're going to get into those picks, and I'm going to show you how I did it. I finished 7-5 for the week. That means out of 12 games, only got 7 right at 58%. However, I got the over-under right for the 8 o'clock primetime game. With the under being 30 points, I picked the under and scaved off by that much. 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. I want to say thank you to Pretty Girl 213. She was my second highest contestant on the Office Pool. She went 8-4 for the week, finishing at 67%, and I got her by 1 point. 1 point. She got the primetime pick right, which put her over the hump as far as the picks was concerned by picking the Raiders. However, that 10 points does a lot. So thank you, Pretty Girl 213. Hope you play again next week. Let's go over these picks, shall we? All right, game 1. Indianapolis Colts at New England. I picked the Colts, who came out on top 10-6. Game number 2, Cleveland at Baltimore. Little tighter game. I chose Baltimore on that one and took an L. Hey, Cleveland, that defense came out on top. Deshaun Watson, a great game. Cleveland won 33-31 in Baltimore. Game number 3 was the Green Bay Packers in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. The Steelers barely got by with a 23-19 win. I did pick the Steelers. So, hey, congratulations to me on that game. Let's move on to the next game. All right, San Francisco at Jacksonville. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking Trevor Lawrence was going to have a great game. San Francisco pummeled Jacksonville in Jacksonville. I took that L. San Francisco won 34-10. Next game was New Orleans and Minnesota. I picked Minnesota. I picked Joshua Dobbs to have another outstanding game, and he didn't disappoint. Dobbs went 23-34 for 268 yards and a touchdown, and he also had a touchdown run of 7 yards. Hey, one up by land, one up by air. Joshua Dobbs, you're doing your thing in Minnesota now, man. Next game. All right, Houston, the Texans at Cincinnati. I picked the Bengals. However, C.J. Stroud had a different outcome. C.J. had a pretty impressive game over Joe Burrow, 23-39, 356 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 interception. Joe Burrow, who did eclipse the 300-yard mark, had 2 TDs, but he also had 2 interceptions that hurt him late in the third quarter. Final score was Houston 30, Cincinnati 7. Boy, that one hurt. Next game, Tennessee at Tampa Bay. I picked Tampa Bay to win. Tampa Bay came out on top 20-6 in that game. All right, moving right along. In LA, Detroit Lions, LA Chargers. I picked Detroit to come out on top, and of course, they didn't disappoint, beating the Chargers 41-38 in LA. All right, in Arizona, ATL, the Falcons at the Cardinals. Battle of the Birds, Part 2. I picked the Falcons to win this game. However, didn't know. Well, actually, you know what? I totally forgot that Kyler Murray was going to be back this week. And Kyler Murray showed me why he was going to orchestrate a win over Atlanta. Arizona came out on top 25-23. All right, next game. My beloved Cowboys in Big D versus the New York Football Giants. Dak Prescott threw under 40 times. So, of course, he got a win. He had a great game. Let's see what Dak did. 26 of 35. Stayed under 40, right? Stayed under 40. 400 yards, 4 TDs, and 1 INT. However, hey, Dak Prescott did his thing again. Let's see if that momentum carries into the second half of the season. And let's get Tony Pollard the ball a little bit more, get him more involved so we won't have to worry about Dak trying to put the game on his shoulders, which he's capable of doing. But hey, it wears down on you in that second half of the season. Congratulations to the Cowboys. Congratulations to me. Cowboys 49, New York Football Giants 17. All right, next game in Seattle. The Seahawks hosting the Commanders. Geno Smith say, hey, I got you, TD. 31 of 47, 369 yards, and 2 TDs. Hey, Geno, thank you, brother. Thank you for the win. Seattle coming out on top, 29 to Washington, 26. Good pick, TD. Thank you. All right, next game. Our primetime game of the week. This is how your boy won the week by picking the under at 30 points. I chose the Jets to come out on top of the Raiders. However, the Raiders had something different in mind. They beat the Jets in a close game, 16-12. I picked the under. I said the score was going to be 14-12, making it under 30 points. I got the under correct, which put me over the top. Thank you for everybody that played. Hey, it's only getting better. And this week, the games are only $3. That's right. $3 gets you in. $3 can get you a win. All you got to do is email me your picks. I'll be sending out pick sheets just like this. You can go on our Facebook or Instagram page, download your picks, pick your over-under for the 8 o'clock primetime game. Submit them to me by either DMing the office pool at _office pool on Instagram or Facebook, or you can email them to theofficepool@gmail.com. $3 a play. Let's get it. Coming up next, we have the incredible interview with my man, Alex Lockhart of Lockhart ENT. He's going to give his picks. I'm going to give my picks for next week. Who's going to win? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back. I got the one and only Alex Lockhart with me right now. What's going on, man?
What's up, TD? What's happening with you, brother?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Welcome to the office pool. We've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, and you finally on the show, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm glad to be a guest on the office pool. I'm excited to get my picks in for this week, and let's see how we run this up, man.
Oh yeah. Well, before we get into the picks, man, let's talk about you for a minute, man. You know, for the people out there that don't know, Alex Lockhart is responsible for one of the biggest NFL celebrity events during the Super Bowl weekend, and that's the NFL Celebrity Flag Football Game. Man, tell me about that thing, man.
I mean, so the Celebrity Flag Football Game, myself and the team over at Celebrity Sweat, we put on a show. This year's show will be at the Dollar Loan Center, and it's the rematch. It's a rematch between Tracy McGrady and RG3. It was a high-scoring game in Arizona this year. Next year, we're going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. It'll be an indoor dome in February, so it makes sense, right? And it's a family fun event. Everybody can come out, have a good time, and if you miss it, you can watch it on Cox in Las Vegas, NBC. I'll be broadcasting it maybe like a week later.
That's awesome, man. Well, you know, the office pool will definitely be there. We'll be live on set because we'll be doing our Super Bowl picks for the week. So tell me, man, is T-Mac the quarterback for his team?
Yeah, so when we do
Tell me about his arm, man.
So when it's RG3 versus T-Mac, these are the two quarterbacks. And then from the quarterbacks, then we build the teams underneath that, right? So RG3 leading his troops, T-Mac leading his, and T-Mac, a lot of people don't know, was a baseball player. I don't have him on record with football, but I've seen him in the last 3 years beat
So
Doug
the
Flutie.
baseball arm just transfers over to the QB arm.
I'm saying like this: when he launches the ball, because it's flag football, so he only steps back a couple seconds. They got 1 in Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. They on him.
Yeah,
and we have pros, so we have pro receivers, you know, that didn't make the Super Bowl that play in our game, and then we have former receivers, you know, Andre Reed. You know, we have people that play in the games who were former NFL, you know, players, you know, Hall of Famers in their own right. So when he launches it out there, they're just getting up under it, you know, and that's it, man. T-Mac can go from end zone to end zone on them. I've seen him do it, bro. I've seen him do it. I've seen him beat Doug Flutie twice. Okay.
What?
Yes, he stepped in. So T-Mac stepped in one year. Donovan McNabb was quarterbacking, and the score kind of got lopsided. And T-Mac was like, "Man, let me take this thing over." Came back and won. And since then, T-Mac been running the quarterback role.
Wait a minute. So
Donovan McNabb was playing quarterback.
He was losing, and it was a lopsided loss. And T-Mac jumped in the game and won the game.
And has been the quarterback and has been an undefeated quarterback in our celebrity flag football game. 3 years. This will be a 4th year.
So what's the record between him and RG3? What, 3-0?
Right. No, right now between him and RG3, 0. T-Mac 1.
Okay, so it's going. All right, okay.
Yeah, this is the first time RG3 jumped in because Doug Flutie had been trying to beat T-Mac, and after he couldn't beat T-Mac twice, RG3 came in. So now RG3 versus T-Mac, and then T-Mac mopped him in Arizona this year. And it wasn't that easy because RG3 was up, and then they just started letting it go. Once people started getting loose and having a good time, I mean, you have people. I mean, you got Hall of Fame hockey players out there. You got WWE wrestlers out there. You got UFC fighters out there. You've got NASCAR drivers out there. So you got a lot of different talent, and you just had to find out who your pieces were. Once you find out who your pieces are, it was on and popping from there.
Man, that sounds like a lot of fun, and the office pool will definitely be in the building for Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
You got it.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see the part 2 matchup.
Part 2.
T-Mac versus RG3
in Las Vegas, Nevada.
In Las Vegas. That's got to be the numbers. We're gonna put some. We might put an office pool game together for that game. Period. And either a 50-50 or a winner take all. Just hey, we'll talk about that one. So let's get into these picks, man. NFL Sunday picks for Week 11. You know, in the office pool, we only do the Sunday games from 1 o'clock till the 8 p.m. primetime game. And then on the primetime game, we do the picks plus the over and under for an extra 10 points. So let's get into these picks, man. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. That's going to be Sunday at 1 p.m. Who you got, Lock?
Pittsburgh at Cleveland. So I'm partial to Pittsburgh for a lot of reasons. You know, Pittsburgh. So we had a guy in the linebacker core of defense at Pittsburgh for one is why I can't bet against them. All right. So that defensive core at Pittsburgh, they get after quarterbacks, and all the quarterbacks know it, and they have to plan and think, okay, they coming from the left, they come from the right, or they come from the middle, and they can bring the house. They can just rush 3 and be on you. So Heinz Smith out there, good golf buddy of mine. He went to UNC Charlotte. 40 years of 49 here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then went to the league. So I'm partial to that, you know what I mean, having a friend out there on the field. But just from business to business, 2 teams going out there to handle their business on Sunday. Pittsburgh Steelers will walk into Cleveland, and it's going to be a fight.
All right, you heard it. So Lockhart has Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Cleveland, however.
Ooh, you going to take Cleveland?
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Cleveland Brown offense has shown up and shown out several times, man.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make sure that the people see in Pittsburgh what that Cleveland Browns run defense, which is still number 1 in the NFL.
It is.
Like, and you know, I got Cleveland. I got the dog pound. All right, game number 2, the Raiders in Miami. That's gonna be a 1 o'clock game in Miami. Who you got, man?
You know what? So that's a tough one because in Miami, I always feel like the away team has a terrible disadvantage going into a city like Miami. I don't care who the team is. It's so many distractions in Miami. And Miami's been clicking. They've been clicking on all cylinders. I'm taking Miami on that one.
Okay, so we both got Miami. We got Tua Tagovailoa and the 2023 greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
Who put up a 70 burger this year on Denver. All right.
Yeah, and one of the fastest in all the land out there.
yeah. And they definitely got the cheetah. All right, game number 3, Chicago and Detroit. At Detroit at 1 p.m. Who you got, man?
Okay, Chicago and Detroit, to me, that's not even like Chicago, and I'm not one to talk down on any team, but Chicago has been trying to put their stuff together since the season started. Mm-hmm. And in Chicago and Detroit, that's a rivalry that only the people in Detroit and Chicago understand, right? And it's going to be tough for both teams. But at the end of the day, the way Detroit's been clicking and the way they've been moving, I mean, since the end of last season, I'm going Detroit over Chicago, hands down.
What?
Yeah, man.
So it looks
Chicago has what? Chicago has what? 3 wins?
Yeah. We both got Detroit this week. Chicago is a sub 500 team. They've been struggling. Right. So we both got Detroit. I have Detroit this week. Lockhart has Detroit. Let's move on to game number 4, which is Tennessee in Jacksonville. That's going to be a 1:00 game on Sunday. Who you got, Lock?
Oh man, Tennessee, Jacksonville is so tough. Like I said, I was really feeling Jacksonville at the beginning of the season, and now when I look at Tennessee and I look at how they're imposing their power and will on people. I gotta lean towards that Tennessee, man. I gotta lean towards Tennessee.
Okay, I'm gonna take Jacksonville. Hey, man.
Oh what?
They've been putting up some points, and they got bedazzled by the San Francisco 49ers last week, but I'm looking for them to bounce back at home.
Right.
So, yeah, I got Jacks. So
okay.
Let's go to game number 5, which is going to be the LA Chargers in Green Bay and Lambeau. Who you got, man?
So again, it's hard to win in Lambeau. The seasons have changed. It's one of those things where you're going from 70, 80 degrees to almost 70 below. You know what I mean? It can get intense, man. But the way, man, I haven't really seen much of Green Bay this season that makes me feel like they can hold home field. As much as I want to give them home field, I say the LA Chargers go in there and probably get out with like 3 points easily.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we both got LA. Look, man, we got to separate. We got to do something. All right. So this next game is my underdog pick of the week, and I'm gonna give you your underdog pick of the week. Whichever one you want to pick. But my underdog pick of the week is going to be Arizona at Houston. I've got Arizona. I know they've only got their second win of the season. However, Kyler is back. He's back.
I mean, you must have some inside information. I don't know, because I would not take.
I'm sorry, I went first, but I told you who I got. But who you got, man?
For that one, I mean, I'm taking the opposite. I'm going to Houston in Houston. All day long. I mean, Houston. So I got to see Houston up close when they came and visit the Panthers not too long ago, and I mean, they've been on since that game. So I mean, Houston in Houston.
All right, so check this out. Since you said Carolina last week, we're gonna segue.
Let's do
it. This might be your underdog pick of the week. Them boys.
They are
gonna be in your city this week. So who you got?
So look, I'm hoping we at least come out with a draw. Like I'm hoping we can. I'm hoping we can pull some magic, man. That would be a excellent underdog pick. But I could. But I can't do it.
Okay, I thought you was gonna do it.
No, I can't do it. Because right now, it's one thing. We both know how swag works. We both know how energy works. And right now, you can't tell them Cowboys nothing. I'm by far not a Cowboy fan, but you can't tell them Cowboys nothing right now. They are really feeling themselves. They got some extreme energy. Aside from the fans, aside from the fact that the arena in Charlotte, North Carolina is probably going to be 75-80% Cowboy fans. It's going to feel like a home game for the Cowboys. That's unfortunate for the Carolina Panthers, but that's the reality of it. It's going to be a home game for the Cowboys in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the Cowboys are going to win. If I got to make a legit pick, I can't use my heart. If I use my heart, I'm going Carolina Panthers. I go in there and just walk out with my head up after the loss. But the reality is, if I'm in the office pool, I got to tell you like it is, man. And my pick is I can't pick the Panthers. I won't tell my kids that though. I'm telling you, we're going for these Panthers. I'm cheering for the Panthers, but I can't bet on them.
Oh, the girls will be mad at you, bro. The girls.
Yeah, we definitely gonna cheer for them. We're not gonna bet on them.
All right, man. This is another NFC game. The Giants are on the way to FedEx Field in Washington on Sunday, man. Who you got?
That's an excellent rivalry there. Believe it or not, I'm going FedEx Field. I'm going home team.
Going to Commanders.
I'm going Commanders.
Look, man, we got look. We're not gonna have the same score. We're gonna have to break this thing.
Hey, you might have picked some good ones. I mean, you picked Cleveland.
I got Washington this week, man, and the reason why is because I don't see New York winning too many more games.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to San Fran. The Tampa Bay Bucks in San Fran. Who you got, Lockhart?
Tampa Bay Bucks versus San Francisco. Tampa Bay is going down. San Francisco's on the way up right now in the NFC, man. I mean, your boy, was it Brock Purdy? You got Chris McCaffrey back. I mean, they're rocking and rolling at the same time. And with C-Mac in there, I got them being pretty much unstoppable against Tampa Bay.
Well, of course, I would have known as a Carolina Panther fan, you was gonna follow Christian McCaffrey. I guess we both the consensus is 100%. We both got San Fran. Look, man, Brock Purdy has been playing out of his mind.
Yes.
That San Francisco defense is scary, and the whole team is scary. Whether it's Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Brock Purdy, San Fran defense.
Yeah. And you're talking about in San Francisco. Their fan base is strong.
As a Cowboys fan, I'm nervous about this one, about this team. So I got San Fran. Last week, Brock Purdy, 19-26, 296 yards and 3 TDs, and was dropping dimes. And that's against Jacksonville. So,
all right.
We both got San Fran this week, brother.
Yep, San Fran it is.
All right, on to the next game. I have the Jets, the New York Football Jets at Buffalo in Buffalo, New York. Who you got, man?
Who's the underdog in those two?
The Jets. So, you trying to pick the Jets as the underdog as your underdog pick of the week?
I'm just saying, they got to win sometime.
Hey. They had a pretty decent game last week.
They put it together. They I can't remember if they came out with the win or not. So Jets
they lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Raiders by 4, but still.
Okay, it was a tough one. Okay, I remember that. So at Buffalo, going in as the Jets, hyping yourself up to probably still lose. You're probably still going to lose. I got Buffalo taking that one.
All right, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with Josh Allen in Buffalo, man.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's hard. I think I did the underdog pick of the week too early. Well, actually, too early into the picks. I didn't even give you a chance to do underdog pick of the week.
It's all right. But here's the thing. It's different when you wake up in your own bed and have to go play football versus waking up in a hotel and having to go play football. So when it's a thin line for me and I have to make a tough choice, I'm going with the cats that woke up in their own bed. The home team.
All right. So we both got Buffalo. Last 4:00 game, 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. Seattle at LA, the Rams. That might be I think the Rams are the underdog. Okay.
The Rams are the underdog. Well, that's gonna be my pick then, because I can't. I don't need
Well, you
Seattle
got
winning.
the whole team. Then. All
Yeah,
right.
because look, I don't need Seattle. Seattle's in our division for the Carolina Panthers, and again, the Carolina Panthers season is 100% over. It's gone. It's done. Matter of fact, last week was the determining factor. We would have had to beat Chicago, and we didn't do that. So like on the Thursday night game. So at this point, I still don't need Seattle winning, right? So if I got to pick, and I didn't know they were the favorites. So then my underdog pick for the week at the office pool, right there, LA.
There you go. There you have it. I've got the Seahawks, man. Geno Smith,
Good, man.
You know that great that combination, man. And Geno, let me tell you, dude, his last 3 games have all been comeback wins.
Yep.
Like Geno Smith has orchestrated comebacks.
Yeah.
Like
right.
he is getting to that level in Seattle. So I got Seattle in that one.
Well, I'm gonna go. That's my underdog pick. You got it. Make a note.
Okay, all right. Alex Lockhart's underdog pick is
Make a note. Rams. The Rams, man.
Lockhart underdog pick. So this last game for the office pool picks of the week is our Sunday primetime game. Remember, for extra 10 points, you can pick the under over on this one. This week, the under over is 30 points. Minnesota at Denver.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. Those two combined are definitely not getting 30 points. Okay? I'll be very
hands down, you got the under on this.
Hands down. Denver had to score 30 points total all season. So, let alone in one, getting halfway there in one game. So, and now Minnesota, like I said, Minnesota has put together some good games. Denver, I think, had their best game last week. So I'll definitely take the under on that one. And as far as who's going to come out victorious, I just don't have faith in Denver this season. I just don't have faith in them this season. They find a way to self-destruct and hurt themselves. So even though
you're taking Minnesota,
I'm gonna take Minnesota.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you why I got Denver.
I need to hear this.
Okay. All right. So, let me get my
let me know this.
Let me get my notes right here.
You choosing Denver over Minnesota.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, Joshua. I'm sorry, Dobbs. Hey, man, that's the nature of the beast. Let me get my notes here on Denver, and we'll All right, look, man. So for the last 2 weeks, Sierra has told her husband, get out there and play.
Right.
Last week, there was a Russell Wilson sighting.
There was. I saw glimpses of the old Russell.
I'm sorry, the week before last, there was a Russell Wilson sighting. Right. The Denvers are, they're here and they're here. They got the 70 burger put on them by Miami at the first part of the beginning of the season. But again, for the last 2-3 weeks, Sierra has pulled her husband to the side and said, baby, go out there and get him.
And go get him.
So I got Russell Wilson. I got Denver. And I got the under this week.
It sounds like you cheering for Sierra and not Russell Wilson. So now here's the thing.
Man, I love happy households, man. I love it where where the wife is continually supporting the husband in the marriage. So I believe this is what I believe in my mind.
Okay,
just told Russell, hey, get out there and do your thing.
And stop embarrassing us.
You said it, not me.
Hey, man. Here's the thing. I think it'll be a tough game. You say you took the under. Do you have like an idea of points you think it's going to be? What's the spread? What are you thinking?
The under. I'm gonna go 15-12 Denver.
15-12 Denver. Boy, Ashley would love to hear that. So my daughter's friend Ashley, one of Chloe's friends, huge Denver fan. And it's been a sad season for them. It's been a sad season for the Panthers. But I just can't bet with them. I would love to see them win, but I can't bet on Denver Broncos this season. Just can't do it, man. I will bet money on Sierra 100% of the time.
I am telling. I'm calling Russell today.
Tell him.
Alex Lockhart is picking against you.
Yeah, I got to pick against. And Russell, like you said, he has shown some Russell Wilson. You know, that esque. He's shown that swag that he had that he used to carry Seattle with, and it looks like what they did was whatever system they were trying to put him in. He finally was like, okay, you know what? Just do what you do best. And I think that's where it's going down to. It's like, look, the season can't go but one way, and it needs to be in a winning direction.
Yeah,
so whatever you got to do, right?
Can't go one way.
Yeah. So.
All right. So this is our office pool Sunday picks of the week with the Alex Lockhart of Lockhart ENT. Man, it was a pleasure having you, and I hope to have you back. And we're definitely going to make plans to be at the Super Bowl.
Perfect.
And film the office pool live and do those Super Bowl picks.
Perfect. Yeah, Celebrity Sweat, we would love to have you out there.
This will be digital next week, so I'm going to be sending you your pick. You know, you can get with Stretch, the big homie Stretch, and Clyde down in Charlotte, and we can have fun with this, man.
Let's have some fun.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you, Lock.
Thank you guys for having me on there. Office pool winners.
Thank you. Those were our Sunday NFL picks for Week 11. Coming up next is the special surprise that I have for you only on DraftKings. I can't wait. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. And like I promised you, we have a special surprise from the people at DraftKings. We now have our own game on DraftKings every Sunday. That's right. This game is going to be every Sunday. This is a $3 200-player limit NFL Sunday picks. These are all the 1 o'clock games, and we have $540 in prizes to give to you. Our next game on DraftKings is going to be the NFL 555. That's right. $5, 50-50. Winner takes half of the pot, $900 in prizes. What could be better? Come on, sign up for your DraftKings account. It's totally free. The NFL 555 is a Sunday pick only. It's for all the Sunday 1 o'clock games, just like our office pool NFL picks of the week. However, there's $900 in prizes just for you. Come on, man. Sign up for DraftKings. Look for your boy, Theron Davis, TD1. Coming up next is our Coach T's DraftKings pick of the week, sponsored by DraftKings. I'm going to be playing the NFL $1 million play action game that I always play every Sunday. Last Sunday, I won a whopping $5. This Sunday, I think I'm going to win it. I think I'm going to win that $100,000. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody, for our final segment, Coach T's DraftKings picks of the week, sponsored by DraftKings. I'm going to give you my picks, and these are going to be for all of my games, to include the NFL $3 and the 555 by the office pool and the NFL $1 million play action game, where I'm going to try to win $100,000 this week. All right, my first pick at quarterback. Of course, I got my man Dak Prescott with the Dallas Cowboys. His average points per game is 21.5, giving a nice edge to start. Hopefully, he'll have a good game this weekend at Carolina. All right, at my first running back pick, I got Seattle's Kenneth Walker III. He normally gets around 15.3 points. Hopes he has a better game, getting around 19, maybe 22, 23 points against the LA Rams in LA this weekend. My next pick at running back, I got James Conner of Arizona. He helped Kyler Murray out a little bit in that big win against ATL last week. However, he still only averages 11.6. Looking for him to have a good game against Houston this week. My first receiver pick, hey, Jalen Waddle. Let's get the Waddle in, averaging 14.3 points. Hey, Miami is going to be hosting the Raiders, so I'm looking for Waddle to have a really good game this week. Tua Tagovailoa, get that man the ball. Give me some points. My next wide receiver is going to be Christian Kirk. Christian averages around 14.9 points. This week, they're playing Tennessee. The Titans are coming to Jacksonville. I'm looking for Trevor Lawrence to get Christian Kirk the ball a couple of times. He normally gets targeted around 11 times. Maybe he'll get around 7 catches, 400 yards, and maybe a touchdown. We'll see. My next wide receiver, I picked Tank Dell for the Houston Texans. They take on Arizona this week in Houston. Last week, he was targeted 14 times. Hey, man, Tank Dell is that dude. He's that dude for Houston. I got him this week, averaging 15.6 points a game. CJ Stroud is going to give my man Tank Dell some touches this week, I believe. My tight end this week is going to be Cole Kmet for the Chicago Bears. He is a quarterback's tight end. You hear me? He's that guy that's going to find a way to get open, get in the end zone. And even if he's short of the end zone, he's going to make the extra effort to get in. He averages 11.8, which is pretty good for a tight end. Hey, he's one of those new up-and-coming guys, and I got him this week as the Chicago Bears take on the Detroit Lions in Detroit. My flex position this week is going to be another tight end, Tommy Tremble at Carolina. He's going to have to help out Bryce Young as much as possible because those boys are coming to town. I'm looking for Tommy Tremble to come out with a decent game, but not too good because I picked my Cowboys to win this game. And, of course, my defensive special teams pick this week was the Dallas Cowboys, my beloved Cowboys Doomsday Defense revisited. The Doomsday Defense 2.0, averaging 12 points a game, which is among tops in their class on defense, outside of the Cleveland Browns, outside of the San Francisco 49ers, outside of any other defense in the NFL. They have that pass rushing game. They have those stingy, scrappy DBs. Hey, they love turnovers. So we're looking for some turnovers. I love that pie, by the way. I got my Cowboys for my defensive special teams pick. And that's going to be all of my DraftKings picks this week. Remember, I'm playing the NFL $1 million play action game. Hopefully, I can win that $100,000. And if you want to play against me in my DraftKings games this week, that's right, you can go to the NFL $5 50-50 game. You can play the NFL $3 game. Buy your man Theron Davis TD1 at DraftKings. Those are my picks. I hope to see you this weekend. I hope you have fun. Thank you, DraftKings. Thank you, Team 83 Sports. And thank you for being a part of the Office Pool experience. Thank you. Remember to hit that subscribe button, like us, love us, share us, and visit us on Facebook and Instagram on _Office Pool. I'm your boy TD. Thank you for joining me. God bless. See you next week.